You ever wonder how the biggest superstars got their fame, the kind that changes pop culture, builds empires, and makes history? Imagine someone with that kind of glow, that powerhouse voice. That star power, and yet she watched others thrive on the path she paved. That someone is Mariah Carey. And her story might be one of the messiest, most unexplored chapters in music history. Let's go back to the 1990s. Mariah Carey wasn't just a singer. She was a force of nature. She wrote her own songs, produced her albums, and sang with a evocative range that stunned everyone: radio, MTV, Grammy stages. She had it all: talent, control, confidence. But here's the problem. Back then, the music industry didn't like women, especially women of color, having that much power, especially when they were outperforming the men in charge. One of those influential men was Tommy Mottola, her husband, and head of Sony Music, the label she was signed to. That wasn't just a relationship. It was a trap. When Mariah finally realized and tried to break free, it didn't just end in heartbreak. It didn't just end in heartbreak out. Mariah left Sony right before dropping the film Glitter and its soundtrack. She earned her freedom at a cost. And then it happened. Jennifer Lopez released a song using the very same sample Mariah had locked down for her own single, Loverboy. It was no coincidence. Mariah had recorded it first, but J.Lo, on the same label, got her version out first. Tommy Mottola made it happen. That incident marked the start of something deeper. Back then, J.Lo wasn't known as a singer. She was a dancer and actress. Yet suddenly she was releasing hit records, snagging top producers, and climbing charts. Much of it came from other artists. Writers like Ashanti lent their voices for hooks and background vocals. Then watch J.Lo get top billing, awards, and fame. Ashanti later admitted how painful that felt, hearing her voice on J.Lo's hits and getting no credit. Then there's Beyoncé. In the early 2000s, as Destiny's Child rose, Beyoncé often spoke about how much Vision of Love inspired her. She said she studied Mariah's runs and made her own style from them. Beyoncé praised Mariah as an influence, yet as Beyoncé's own fame skyrocketed. Suddenly, the praise stopped. Some fans say she chose to distance herself to protect her own carefully polished queen image. If Mariah was raw, emotional, unpredictable, she didn't fit Beyoncé's polished empire. That doesn't take credit away from Beyoncé's work ethic or musical genius. But the timing was interesting. Mariah's outspoken control was overshadowed by a more controlled, market-friendly rise, one fueled by money, strategy, and Jay-Z's powerful presence. Beyoncé's rise became a carefully constructed empire, complete with flawless image, business moves, and cultural sway. Meanwhile, Mariah fought tabloids, battled mental health rumors, and pushed against industry forces that seemed determined to sideline her. While J.Lo was stacking covers, deals, and gold records, Mariah had to fight for hers. People wondered why someone with far less vocal range was getting hits faster. While Mariah was being boxed in, then came the infamous "I don't know her" roast from Mariah when asked about J.Lo. It wasn't delivering shade. Was the truth. Mariah wasn't familiar with Jennifer Lopez as a singer. Many fans saw that reaction as a moment of unfiltered honesty that reflected deeper industry tensions. Over time, more cameras and microphones picked up whispers from writers, producers, and other artists. They spoke of songs being rerouted, credited, or even stolen, then handed to others who were more suitable or marketable. Some fans caught on J.Lo's hits. They realized sounded suspiciously like they were built from someone else's work. Meanwhile, Mariah was being replaced not for lack of talent, but by carefully crafted alternatives. Beyoncé and J.Lo both benefited from fleeced elements of Mariah's voice, style, and success. When she dropped hits, others released echo versions months later, diluted, cleaned up, or remixed. While she faced personal battles, they were promoted by the machine along different paths. But Mariah stayed shining. She remained vocal on the charts, sung at Christmas every year, and stayed present in culture vein as awards and spotlight. Moved elsewhere, she refused to disappear. Today, rumors are swirling that Mariah is finally ready to speak up, maybe through a documentary, memoir, or a candid interview. She's hinted at industry sabotage, powerful hands that tried to silence her, being labeled unstable, and seeing others ride her coattails. Many fans are re-examining 90s and early 2000s releases, noticing how her songs were hijacked, repackaged, suppressed, or overshadowed. Corporate shakeups, sample blockages, and a shift toward new, less risky acts, they all hit when Mariah should have been unstoppable. She wasn't weak. Her departure from awards shows, her music's fading presence on radio, it wasn't about her talent, it was politics. Mariah, after all, never worked for a cosign. Her voice owned its places, from soulful falsettos to powerhouse runs no one could copy. But that didn't stop the industry from trying to replace her with safer, market-friendly stars. When that didn't fully work, they repurposed her songs or gave her voice to others. What we've seen isn't just one stolen song or one shady label move, it's a pattern. Mariah released a hit, and like clockwork, someone else launched a watered-down remix, marketable but hollow. During all this, Mariah faced heartbreak, surgeries, mental health struggles, and PR wars. Meanwhile, J.Lo and Beyoncé sailed past, pushing new empires shaped by major marketing, spotless branding, and machine-built fame. Still, Mariah still hear, her albums still sell, her concerts still fill seats, and her voice is still the benchmark. Greatness can't be erased. You can bury it, but it always surfaces. She is about to tell it all. This isn't just another interview, it's a cultural reckoning. It's history for every Black, biracial, powerful woman who created something fresh, watched others profit from it, and was told to stay quiet. It's all of their dancing, their voices, and their work being buried or rewritten. We've seen the labels built on glitter and new stars. Now, it may be time to hear Mariah's full voice, unfiltered and raw, because this is her story. And it belongs to an industry that tried for decades to quiet her.